back over here for a part 2 of the video that we released not too long ago, which we're gonna help you showing you the seating in some of this ride. So for example, we went to Universal, we show you and describe to you ride per ride what type of seating it is, especially for us people like me with, you know, plus size. They have an issue sometimes fitting with restrictions here in the theme park. So in this video we are going to take you around. We're going to show you the different rides they have, the test seating. We're going to probably provide you with tricks. We're going to tell you where the modified seating are in some of these rides. Anyways, we got a lot of information for you guys, so I hope you're ready for this. And if you're new around here, hi, this is your Cool Case Adventure, and welcome to our family. We're just here. We're just here to provide you with our feedback and recommendation, the things that you could do around here in Central Florida and the theme park. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Awesome, because I am. So what are we waiting on?
So let's go.
Well, wait, Mom, hit the intro.
Mom, hit it!
I could show you how to defeat
Yes, and why not starting with the coolest, one of the coolest roller coaster here in IOA, Island of Adventures, where a lot of people who are fan of roller coaster love to do. So how about us plus size guests? Are we allowed to do it? I don't know. Let's go now and find out. I want to share with you guys that if you come over here to the Incredible Hulk coaster, you can find test seats on the right hand side, and you can find them here on the left side. And this is one of those test seats out of the 6, because we found out there's a total of 6 test seats around here in property. Anything that has like a single strap, it just the normal seat. Now right next to it is a modified seating. If you can see it over here, it has 2 straps. That's what it will be, a modified seat. So like if you're here like my son, look at how much space he has over there. First of all, if you're somebody like me who has a lot of hips, you can see how uncomfortable it is. Look how much space I have under. That's probably the reason why I will not fit, because obviously I cannot fit completely, so it's pushing me up. So if I was to strap this thing, it's not gonna make it here hurt. It could probably eventually, like if somebody pushes down, but it may not fit for now. Once again, it's one of those seats that if it would be wider, it actually would have helped me to just sit lower, and technically it will fit. And as I mentioned to you, they have 2 set of test seating, one on the right and the left. We were on the left, same thing, single strap, double strap. And just so you know, these modified seating are located on row 1, 4, 5, and 8. And right next to the Hulk coaster, you got Stone Force accelerator. If you can see over there, that's the type of seating that you will get over there. So pretty much I don't see plus size guests having an issue. But this is the kind of ride that I will not do, because I will get motion sick like right away. In case you didn't know what is Dr. Doom's fearful about, that's what it is, guys. You're sitting down and they shoot you up all the way up there, and then you bounce up and down until you go down. And if you happen to be in this ride, just look to the right hand side and you're gonna find the actual test seating. My son is doing it for you, and right now you see where it has the green light or the red light. So there you go, something like that. It will be red. Right there will be the farthest that you could go before that light changes to red. Of course, it's actually red. Ironically, yes, I fit a little bit better on here, but now I will not fit. For the first time, I will not fit because of my belly. You see?
Alright, how about I wait? How about I wait? Take it down.
You push it? No. will be there.
No modified seats in this ride.
So there's no modified seat in this
No
ride?
modified seats.
So
So you have to fit into that to be able to ride it.
So you don't fit into that, no
No,
ride, no go. Right now, one of the most requested rides over here in IOA, the Amazing Adventure Spider-Man. Kalel, how is this one?
This one, it's just one lap bar.
It's one lap
So
bar.
if you go, and it's basically like you're like moving super fast in a car, kind of. So it's just one lap bar.
Kind of like Transformers
Yeah.
in the other part. So your daddy was able to fit over here, no
Yes.
problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. If I'm able to fit, guys, some of you may be able to, so keep trying. All right, guys, so if you're finding any value in this content, make sure you hit that like button. If you're brand new around here, what they should do?
Subscribe.
And especially like that.
Exactly, so we just want to take a minute to just say thank you to all of you that have showed us support and love. We actually made it to a really huge milestone. We recently made it to 1,000 subscribers, and it feels so awesome to be part of your lives, and thank you for that opportunity. But anyways, if you happen to be brand new around here, make sure you actually like the button and do what? Subscribe, become part of our family so we can keep sharing content like this one with you guys, because we love doing it, we love helping you guys. If you haven't watched any of our videos, I'm gonna give my facts, you know, my weight and all that. So really quick, I weigh about 330 pounds. I'm about 5'8", and I wear sizes 3X, 2X, or 3X depending the shirt. This one is 3X. And so for pants, I'm about 44 to 46. And basically, like I said in the last video, we're gonna actually tag that video in the description so you actually get to see it. But like we said in the last video, when you're a plus size guest, don't get discouraged. Always come here, try the seating, because you never know if you're able to fit. Just don't forget, mass distribution and everybody's different. So some people can pack weights different. Like for me, it's in the hips and my butt and my thighs for the most part. And depending the ride, like you saw earlier, on my belly, you know, so each ride is different. Don't get discouraged, always come here. Also, I wanna mention a Facebook group, I'm gonna just put it on the bottom, that is called Universal Orlando Plus Size Riders. And that's a group that we all like so much support and love in that group that it's not even funny. There's a lot that you could learn from each other, and it's very positive, no negativity over there. It's more encouraging words. So if you're not part of that group, make sure that you actually go and like their page. And if you're coming from that group, welcome, and thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to help you out. So now to the fun part. This is where all the water rides are going to be located. And starting with Toon Lagoon, you have the Popeyes and Blutos barges. So here's basically how the barge looks. Pretty much there's not a modified seating, just seat belts. So I'm not sure if you're not able to fit, if they're going to give you an extender. You could always ask, but I'm not sure about that. So, I mean, I have always been able to fit without the need of any assistance. So, but there's no test seating on this one, and there's no modified seat, just regular seats over there. And now I'm gonna show you the second water ride here in Toon Lagoon, which is called Doodly Doo Rides Rifts of Falls. So in case you've never seen this ride, this is the obvious part right there. There you go. Kind of like Splash Mountain on Magic Kingdom. And believe it or not, this ride does have a test seat. And since my kids are there, I would love to demonstrate that to you, because that's where you gotta be able to fit, which is kind of like a bit uncomfortable though. But
Maybe the last seat might be the best.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, the last seat looks like it's more comfortable. You see how it's wider? The first thing I'm gonna tell you, this is very like deep. So if you have trouble trying to get off of deep places, this may be troublesome for you.
And then what I read too, the bottom is going to be getting wet, so the bottom of that is going to be slippery. So you might not have a good a foot on it. It's a good traction.
Then this bar over here comes down. So I'm assuming, I think I should be okay because it's under my waist. So maybe, you know, kind of lift yourself up and push it down.
And then sit down.
And you should be okay. If you're kind of my size, you may have problem because of my belly. Again, It's all depends where you pack your weight. You see it over here? If not, this should be okay. But then keep in mind, when you go down, I don't know how much this may hurt you too. So keep that in mind. And also your feet are going to be stretched out like this. The whole entire down.
We said I think the back would probably be the most comfortable. Because the backing for the other ones are like tiny.
Yeah, and especially the front, you do not want to go in the front.
It's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Not a lot of leg space?
And I'm pretty much a very short guy, and I had to literally be like this in the front.
Here's the question. If you made it this far for this video, you should at least give me a like on this video because I got to figure out how the heck I'm going to get out of this thing without help.
That should be interesting.
Right, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Just do me that favor because it's about to get interesting. I want to show you a better look of that fall on Rips of Fall. You only saw the first spot over there, but look at this over here. So right now we are in front of Skull Island, Rain of Kong. And this one, how is it, Tito?
It has one lap bar. I mean, it has a lap bar.
So it's like a bench with a lap bar.
Just like Fast and Furious.
Just like Fast and the Furious, yes. I have never had any issue feeding on this attraction at all. I always been able to ride it, right?
Yep.
And that, my friends, that's another water ride right there. As you can see, those are lap bars, kind of like benches over there. This ride is called River Adventure, just so you know. So Karen got some information for us in regards to modified seating for River Adventure. Do they have one?
They don't have one. Pretty much they say as long as the bar hits one click, then you're good to go. I did ask if that was a big range of where the one click is, and they say yeah. So pretty much, per what he said, anybody should be able to fit this ride.
All right, so right now we're in Camp Jurassic, and just so you know, this is where you can bring your little ones, and this is probably one of the most requested rides because a lot of adults want to ride this. And what's the name of this ride?
Random Flyers.
And do they have a weight limit?
Does not look like they have a weight restriction, but they have a kid restriction kind of. You have to have a kid that's 56 inches or less than 56 inches to be able to ride the ride. If you have anybody taller than that, like for example, Kyla Cannell are already at that point that they are too tall. So we unfortunately cannot ride that. We would need somebody, a little one, to be able to ride the ride. But it does not look like they have a weight restriction.
So this is the ride that a lot of adults want to borrow children.
They want to borrow children.
Because very much you're going to be flying around there and that rail over there. And it runs next to the Velocicoaster, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen that one yet since the Velocicoaster open, but I'm assuming it's pretty cool by now. But anyways,
I remember when I rode it when they were little, and it's pretty cool ride.
Yeah.
You can see you're above.
And we used to ride it together with a kid. Yeah. There you go. There it is. I just wanted to share that information with y'all because I see this question being asked over and over, so I figure we'll ask it for you. And what you're looking at there right now is pretty much all the team members from the Velocicoaster standing in front, letting people know that unfortunately there's no more test rehearsal for the day. So I already explained to you about the Velocicoaster right now is shut down because test rehearsal for the day is over. But we did a video. As a matter of fact, the family was able to ride it. I wasn't. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually put that video on the top over here. Check on the link on the right hand side. And also add the description of this video. I'm gonna put it for you. But I wasn't able to fit. Why? Once again, because of my hips and my butt and the seat, kind of like the Hulk, pushes me up and I wasn't able to actually lock it up. So if you haven't seen that video, watch it because I also share with you some tricks that may help you putting or pushing that bar even lower. And this is where you can find Forbidden Journey. And the test seats are gonna be located here on the right hand side. And I'll give you a little bit of news, guys. I have never been able to fit on these seats at all, even when I was a lot lighter, simply because of my shoulders. Now, Kyle and Kalo, you guys ride this all the time, and you love it. I know you love it. As you can see over here, you gotta get that green light. But the space is very limited. Very, very limited. There you go, between the red and the blue. Right now it's blue. If Kalo goes a little bit lower, it will be green right there. That's it. This is how far, this is how much space Kal-El has between the green and the blue. So as I sit down, I want you to look at the whiteness of this seat. Watch this. It's super
Tight.
watch this. So I want to show you guys, even when I was in the 280 or 90 pounds, I was still not able to ride this ride for two reasons. Number one, it's very wide over here. Number two, it is so narrow. This thing are so narrow, and obviously look at my shoulder, so it doesn't allow me to push. So now they recommend you, number one, to have a right body pushing this, somebody pushing it down, and they also recommend you to empty out your pockets. But even when you do this, for me, it has never been possible because of that reason. So keep that in mind. So even though Karen pushes it down, very tight squeeze. All right, so Karen, you check with the team members. Are there any modified seating in this
So
one?
yes, on every cart pretty much, you have to sit on the outside seats. So get to the left or the right seat, and those are supposed to be in modified seats.
A modified seating. I'm assuming they're a little bit wider. Okay, so now we are in one of the most popular rides here, which is Hagrid's, one of our newest rides. Everybody loves Hagrid. So once you do your virtual line or your single line, you are going to be able to find the first set of seating, test seats over here on the left hand side. They also have one inside, but this one is the first one you're going to be able to see outside on the left side.
For both of us, this is comfortable. For the both of us, this is uncomfortable.
For both of you, this is more comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So if you go lower than that, Kyla, show it to us. There you go. This is where you get the green light over here, and you should go higher. There you go. This is where it changes right over there. So green over here, that's how much space you're gonna have over this one on the side seating. Now Kal-El, this is how Kal-El, that much space that Kal-El has over there. So again, this is one of these thigh squeeze over here. If you have long legs, this is gonna be hard. And look. That's it. This is the farthest that, at least for me, it will go. Why? Mostly because of my thighs. It's not the belly, it's the thigh. That's basically the problem. And then on this one, check this out. The same thing. Right over here. I want you to look at, in this corner over here, this is where mine gets stuck. Because on the side thighs, not so much on the belly. Notice here, your mass distribution happens to be in the belly and not on your legs or thighs. You shouldn't have a problem. So for people like me, look, even though I'm squeezing, it's still in red. Unfortunately, it's not so much about the weight, it's about how your mass distribution is in your body. So people who are tall, people who lift weights, because I lift weights too, so I do have muscles in my thigh. That's where we struggle the most. At this point, we went from the Harry Potter land all the way to Sioux's Landing, and over here we have the Sioux Trolley train ride, which if you've ever been here in Sioux's Landing, is that little train that you see on the top. Aaron, are there any modified seating?
It doesn't seem that there's a modified seating. They do recommend that if you feel you're gonna feel more comfortable, that you can ask to be a single rider or to ride with a small child. That way you have more space in the seat.
What you're seeing right now is the one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and basically that's a ride for you and your little ones. Again, no problem whatsoever. You could fit easily over there. And then my left hand side, you got a normal carousel, so anybody can ride that. So just so you know, this is something that you can still do, especially if you have little ones.
Yeah, it's a fun part of the park. So definitely, if you have little ones or you like anything with that to do with Dr. Seuss, definitely a place you want to come check out. Absolutely.
And also in this side over here, this is where Cat in the Hat is located. Again, Karen, Cat in the Hat is one of these rides that is super easy to ride.
Yeah, same thing. Pretty much for anything in Sioux's Landing, they recommend that if you think you're going to feel more comfortable, you do the single rider or ride with a small child, and you should be able to do every ride in this land.
Oh no, we back.
All right, guys, there you have it. Here in Island of Adventures, where we gave you a description of every seating and every single ride. Now you know that you have a total of 6 test seats that you can find around this park. Quite honestly, until I decided to do that research, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, now you already know which ones you may or may not be able to fit. But like we've been telling you, no matter what, always try them out. Because you never know. Bring a ride buddy with you, empty your pockets, always try it out. Don't give up, always try it out. Even if you have to make it all the way inside the ride. We highly recommend you to see every single queue line. The queue lines are amazing.
They are really.
Please do not spoil your day because you may not be able to fit. Just have fun, enjoy your vacation, and enjoy the relaxing part of these amazing theme parks that we have in here. But anyways, we hope we were able to help you. Sadly, this adventure has ended. And with that said, we want to remind everybody to
Subscribe.
And smash that like button and turn that bell for notifications.
Bing, bing, bing. And feel free to comment down below. Always remember to
smile out, be great.
Be cool.
and stay awesome. See you guys next adventure. Bye,
Bye guys.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. See ya.
Bye.
Leave 1000.